Don't worry, just do it again.
Okay.
Just start over. Don't worry.
I present in this form. It's
fine.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry.
Okay, so this is my final presentation of the course in International Public Relations. First, like little introductions. I want to share a little of what has been life and how it relates to the subject of international public relations. I studied civil engineer and I have the opportunity to be the representative, or we call ourselves delegates, delegados, of the Universidad Latina America before ANAIC. ANAIC means the National Association of Civil Engineer Students. So where every 3 months, a total of 4 times a year, always in the same month. The first one is in February, the second one in May, the third in September, and the last one in Monterrey. And we meet the delegates of each university affiliates to the association. So in these events are held in different parts of Mexico. This year, the first one was in Cancun, the second in Veracruz, the third one in Ciudad de Mexico, this one in Monterrey. And we have delegates from 29 states of the Republic. So in these 2 years in the positions of delegates, made me meet many people and learn that despite being in the same country and being all Mexicans, we have different cultures, words, meaning, accents, and idols. So it's so incredible, and which makes me understand perfectly the host fates of cultural dimensions. Okay, and the most obviously dimensions are the femininity versus masculinity, and the individualism versus collectivism. Okay, you know the meaning, so I can skip it. Yes. Okay, first one is the femininity versus masculinity. Okay, in my career, this difference between masculinity and femininity is very notable, because being at an engineering and heavy work, they are mostly men. So I would like to highlight that the civil engineer is the number of women is higher than others engineers fields. Of 100 of students, only 9% are women. So considering this, we can associate it and see the magnitude of this case. So since being an association of students of civil engineering, we know that it's a medium where currently men have the power. So I'm happy to say that there was only one woman president in the association in the 40 years of ANAIC, and she was from the UNLA about 4 years ago. So it's so incredible. So then 2 years run on different associations, in different occasions, sorry, and no win. But lost to a man, since like most of the, I don't know, delegates are men, so they will not like a woman give the power or to make orders and take the power. So we can see even how to say, I don't know.
What do you want to say? Say it in Spanish and I'll say it in English.
O sea, no están como acostumbrados.
They are not used to.
Ajá.
They are not used
to see a woman in the high position. So for example, in this association, you can see, for example, the states of Culiacán, Quintana Roo, Aguascalientes, Ciudad de México are the states that are notorious masculinities and men's in the power. But in the other part, we can see for example, Guanajuato, Zacatecas, Michoacán. They are the states to the women are delegates and a good delegates. For example, me. And okay, but I don't know. In this association, after 2 years in my position, I can't see, for example, in this picture, we can see a lot of women. So maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the 40%. This is in Cancun on February in this year. So then the second kind is individualist versus collectivist. In this association, it's a family. We have the values of family, equipment, fair treatment, and support. Because I don't know, we have teams to from works strategies and provide, I don't know how to say conocimiento. Knowledge, and tools to our students. Fair treatment so that they live in harmony, and above all support, because when you start, you feel lost, and they open their arms to whatever you need and give you tips and suggestions. So because we know that if you are okay, the associations reflect it. So we have a very, very, very cool team. In the other part, the fruit or being in a team is that we not only help ourselves on our students to grow up as a future engineers, but we also make community links. I don't know how to say vínculos comunitarios.
Yeah, community links. You said it perfectly well.
Where we help small towns with knowledge without any payment, such as painting, building wells, make orchards like huertos. Yes.
I think that is called pro bono when you do some work that is for free, and usually the community is benefited. It's pro bono. I think that's the name. It's actually Latin, I think, if somebody knows.
Yes,
Yeah, that's correct, right?
Sí.
Pro bono. So in the
Pro bono.
association, you do a lot of pro bono work for communities.
Yes. Proving that as long as collectivism exists, we can create many things, because as they say, two head things better than one. Always. And my conclusions. So I'm very extremely grateful with the life for giving me the opportunity to be part of an egg, for being part of it as learning and great a lot. So first, I want to finish with this association reflects the phrase, the unity is strange, because we can do all, and we can organize the Olympics to the students to grow up in the academics parts, and we organize in this November. I organize the connect that is talleres, I don't know how to say.
Workshops.
To, pues, for students of the university. And I will end with this short video where on my train from Monterrey, I asked for these people for help to show that although we live in the same country, we have nothing alike. An example that cannot be hidden is the accent. So I can play it. It's in Spanish because I forget.
That's all right.
Soy Eduardo y soy de Morelos.
¡Ah! ¿Qué pasó?
Un raza, soy Humberto Torres y soy de Monterrey.
Hola, mi nombre es Milagros y soy de Zacatecas.
Hola, pues, soy Javier y soy de Sonora.
Hola, yo soy Grecia y soy de Colima.
Hola, Plona, soy Jorge Ceballos y soy de Los Mochis.
Hola, soy Sofía y soy de Monterrey. Hi, girls.
And that's
I'm
me.
Ludmila Gracian Garcia, and I'm from Morelia, Michoacán.
Thank you. And that's all. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Now help me with Ludmila. Thank you. Oh my God, this was such a wonderful example as well, because one, just like Dante, it's real life. It's something you're related to, something you live every day. Well, at least 4 times a year, because you work with different people. And before I start adding things, I would like to know if anybody has questions for Ludmila or anything you would like to add. In this case, she addressed the feminism, masculinity, of course, approach, but also the individualism and collectivism. And I have some questions in those matters in a minute. I understand the association is very united and that is wonderful, but I also have some questions about regions and how people work differently. But anyway, anybody has questions? Questions, anything you would like to add? Your opinion? Why are you so quiet today? Come on, these are very interesting presentations.
Me.
Yes, go ahead.
I want to ask Ludmila if working together as a team with people from different places was difficult because um, in they have different needs in the different cities of, even if it's in Mexico, every city have different needs. So it was it a problem to work together having different needs?
Very good question, because you have so many states and different needs and approaches and visions. So what were your challenges working with people from different places, Ludmila?
Yes, it's so hard and difficult, but we separate in regions. For example, we are the region 5, like with Colima, Guanajuato, Guerrero, and Michoacán. And one time per month, we have a Zoom, and we have an hour, and we have to the, I don't know how to say, orden del día.
Like an agenda.
Yes. And all the people, when you go to the association and start like a delegate, you sign that you are, I don't know how to say, that you have the responsibility to assist to that teamworks.
Yes, that you have to attend. Would you say then, Ludmila, and to answer Diana's question and also my question, do you think working by regions made your work easier for each one of you? Because I imagine the guys in Sonora, Chihuahua, maybe had one meeting, and then the ones in Chiapas, and would that working in regions, does that make it easier? Because maybe some of your needs, visions, and perspective are more similar. Would that make it easier, maybe?
Yes.
So that's also, I hope you're taking notes, guys, because this is also one idea of how we might be able to help people with different ideas, needs, perspectives, cultures, start trying to find their own tribe. You know, maybe it's easier, as you said. I think that was very important, Ludmila. I also want to add something, Ludmila. You were saying that right now, well, at the beginning, 91% of graduates were men and only 9%, 10% were women. But as time passes by, I think this percentage is growing. And I think you are very lucky to see this, because I promise, and I'm not playing victim here, but I promise probably in 1980 or 1990 when I was in college, I think there was one woman among thousands and thousands of engineers, civil engineers, honestly. So I am very proud. And also it makes us very proud. Do you remember the name of the president of the association who was the UNLA student? What was her name?
Anna. Anna, I don't know her last name, but
Anna King, because I know most of people, I mean,
era, ay, perdón por hablar en español, era la que apareció en los folletos de la UNLA antes de Yara.
oh, I think I know who she is. I mean,
Hace
good
como-
for her. And the first time, imagine this. We're breaking paradigms. It's not easy. It's not easy, even being the first one. And even if you don't do a great job, just being the first one, you know, that's, I know. And I think also something, and that's not going to be the topic of discussion again, but that's another topic for another semester, I think. We women compete so much among each other that we forget to help each other sometimes. We forget to push others because we want to be the first one, because we're so used to not being in the first place that when we are put in the first place, we compete. We don't know what to do. And most women are more individualistic than collectivistic in many aspects when it comes to leadership roles. But anyway, I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Any other comment? Anyone? For Ludmila, it was very interesting, Ludmila, and it was perfectly well said. You use a real life example, something. Yes, I totally agree with you. Thank you very much for helping me give Ludmila some hands up. Congratulations. And I hope, we're not finished. We're still going to the Elizabeth Vega, but I hope these presentations, but also this semester, talking about all these things we have talked, make you, Dante, and make you, Ludmila, even better leaders of the future, even more open to so many different aspects. And I am sure, I'm always proud of you, but I am sure this is going to change little by little your perspective. It's not automatic, but everything we talk about this semester, it's there. It's like a seed, and it's going to start blooming little by little. So I'm very proud of you guys, and the most I'm proud of is that you're taking what we talk about in class to real life.